Okay, I think we're live. Hey, oh my god, I didn't even make my bed, but it's fine because we're doing pretty well. I know it's been like a month since I did anything. It's just been an insane period of time. I have a lot to like catch you guys up on, a lot of really like positive, good news, and I'm feeling really actually inspired. Well, not like totally inspired, but I'm feeling like actually like excited to create content. For this while, like I felt like pressure to create content recently, but I haven't been like actually motivated to do so. And I'm finally really feeling like actually ready to do stuff again. So we're just gonna do the usual though of going through first like just the month, and then I will kind of catch up on general like any other details that I can think of. So let me go to my Google Photos so I can scroll through the month and tell you all the exciting things I did, which to be fair, I really just did like one really exciting thing. Everything else was just kind of there, but all good, you know? So basically, the month started off like pretty calm. I just spent a lot of time with my roommate's cat right there. What a babe. He's very cute, and he like finally was getting friendly because the first when we got him, he was like hiding the whole time. So, oh hey, thanks for tuning in to the stream. I did not mean to do that in all caps. Sorry that the hey is literally in all caps. That is not what I meant to do. I meant to just say hey like a normal person, but apparently, yeah. Yes, thank you. You're definitely been sticking around for a while, which I do appreciate, especially since I've been so flaky and like out of it recently. So it's very nice that you're here. Hey mom, thanks for tuning in. How's my mental health? I guess I can talk about mental health first. I was gonna kind of go through the month first, but things are doing much better, mostly because I mean, I would like to say it's because like life is more fulfilling now, but realistically, it's just because my meds are like working basically. So I'm on an SSRI, which like has fully kicked in at this point, and it's like really working. Yay, thank you, doctors. And I'm also no longer on a mood stabilizer. So I feel like my energy is getting better and I'm feeling more just like motivated in general. So that's like pretty good. Come to India once. I would love to go to India. I've never been. I haven't been to that many places in the world, to be fair, but it's definitely a place I would like to go at one point. Unfortunately, it feels like I'll never be able to get to everywhere that I want to be at, but you never know. Anything's possible. The only Yeah, but to quickly jump backwards. So with the like my mental health, I feel like things are definitely on the up, for sure. The only like downside I've currently discerned is that I'm like terrible at sleeping. I've definitely mentioned that across the channel over the past several years. And when I was on the mood stabilizer, I had this like extreme fatigue and I was just like passing out so early at night, which is one of the reasons I was like not making any content because I obviously worked during the day. And then on the weekends, like I had to do like errands and try to see some of my friends and stuff. And then to still have extra time to make content was just really not like working. So, um, anyways, but now my energy is getting a little bit better, but my sleep is getting worse because I no longer I have to like remember how to fall asleep without like because I used to just like this is my bed, this pencil is me. I would lay down, I was out, I was done for, on my mood stabilizer. But now I'm like back to sitting up, being like, oh, it's been 10 minutes and nothing's happened. Read book Power of Now. I've never even heard of the book Power of Now. I will definitely look into it and see what it's about. I do yoga. Me and one of my best friends, we do yoga virtually, but um, I'm going to be trying out this. It's not sponsored, but I'm going to be trying out the thing called like ClassPass. Not sponsored, as I said. I've never tried it even before, but one of my friends was telling me about it, and I want to try to start doing some like in-person yoga classes as well because I really like doing that in college. But right now, I just do yoga with my friend virtually. Thanks, Matthew. Yeah, I'm definitely so happy that my meds are like finally working and stuff. And I'm also, to be transparent, I'm also doing like another intensive outpatient program, which I started recently. And though that's been a little like draining in the sense of like kind of going over things that, like, obviously are, upsetting or personal, it's really helpful to talk in, like, a group therapy setting. That has really benefited me. I started doing group therapy in college, and I did, like, another intensive outpatient program in last spring, and it's just I was hoping I wouldn't need to do another one of those programs, but, you gotta be, prioritizing I'm trying to prioritize, like, myself, obviously, and doing, like, what is best for me. I'm not sure if you mean the book or the yoga helping you out of your depression, but I will definitely I think, like, it's good. I can't speak to the book, but yoga has definitely helped me to feel more, like, in tune with myself, and, yeah, I'll write down the book title so then I can look it up later, because I would look it up now, except for the fact that I'm live streaming now, and you don't need to see my intense, concentrated face. My boyfriend, when we're, like, FaceTiming and if I look something up online, he's like, "You look so concentrated," because I'll just, like, stop. I have, like, no expression on my face, I guess I'm just in the zone. So we don't need to do that right now. Um, yeah. Anyways, back to the month. So we got as far as February 3rd in my photos. Okay, so let's go backwards. If you come to India, I will gift you. Well, that's nice, but I'm probably not going to India anytime soon, just because I have 3 weeks of PTO at my job, and I've already used 1 week. I'm using another week in May, and my last week has to be, like, Christmas. Group therapy was so awkward for me. I just have clinical depression, and everyone else has drug issues. The others in prison, family members who will, etc. Well, that is, yeah. I mean, I spent, like, a pretty long time trying to find, like, a am I like looking for, like, the right program, because last time I was doing, like, an eating disorder trauma program, which was very specific. This time it's more of, like, a general health, like, depression, mental health group, and a lot of groups I was finding, especially, I'm not sure if it's the same where you are, but I was finding, like, a lot of places were just very focused on drug, like, substance abuse issues with, like, co-occurring or coinciding mental health struggles. So I was very happy that I did find a group that is not, like, a substance abuse problem, um, but I can't speak to, obviously, like, the other content that you have mentioned, because that would be, like, I'm not really allowed to talk about that if that was happening. But most people seem to just have, like, general mental health struggles, like me. That's how why we're all, like, in this group, I would say. But it's definitely tricky to find, like, a good balance. After traveling to India, you would be a different person and always peaceful. Well, I would probably be different in the sense I have new experiences, but I can't imagine being always peaceful. I'm just not a peaceful person, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's really okay to I mean, not that I want to never have peaceful moments, but I don't think it's a problem to, like, have chaos in a way. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I would like to be more peaceful at nighttime when I'm trying to go to bed recently, because I was, like, laying in bed last night. And to be fair, yesterday was my birthday. So I was like, I had, like, some friends over and stuff, and I was a little wired, but, like, still, I wanted to go to bed, and my brain was just, like, not having it. I hope that I can one day try. I have no idea how to pronounce that word, as that seems to be a promising treatment. Well, yeah, I've never heard of what that is, but, um, I hope it works out for you. I mean, I definitely think there's, like, so many medications out there and so many options, and if, things like, I've tried a lot of medications for a variety of things, migraines, my depression, anxiety, etcetera, bipolar, whatever, and it sort of sucks. Like, I'm really happy now because the meds I'm on are, like, working. Woohoo! But it's tough, right? Because then you're trying a lot of stuff that, like, doesn't work. Happy belated birthday. Happy birthday. Thanks. It was yesterday. I'm 23 years old, guys. Wow. It's this is not related, but my roommate got me such a cute cake. Let me scroll up so I can show you. It's, like, showing the video. The candles were before I get to the picture. It had, like, cute flowers. She made me get a purple flower because she knows purple's my favorite color. Oh, magic mushrooms. Well, I cannot speak to that kind of, like, that's not really the medication I would probably try. But, I mean, if your doctor suggests it, I just don't really personally believe in, like, self-medicating. I don't think it's a smart thing to do, but, if the doctor's on board, you can always try stuff, right? Like that's, as long as it's like safe and someone is like monitoring you, game on. Anyways, gotta scroll back down. I should have been a little more strategic about this, but who needs strategy when you have a scrolling phone? Okay. And then, I'm just looking at pictures of like tax documents. God, my father who does my taxes, but I had to like send him tax stuff. Not that exciting. And then, this was random, but so this was on the 6th of February. I forgot exactly the day of this, but I have the photo. So I'm at lunch with one of my coworkers, and we are like, for context, we're in Burbank, and like we're looking forwards, and we can see the mountains where the Hollywood sign is, but like the other side of the Hollywood sign mountain, like the other side would have the sign. We're on the side that is signless, but like that's where it would be for context. And we're just like happily eating lunch, chatting, and then we see this plane in the sky, like spelling out like words. And I've I've never actually seen this like in real life, like such a long sentence. Like it would took like if this cross is like the start of the word, it went like all the way here, like in the sky. And it was like a curvy loop. I tried to get a photo, but the words were obviously facing the other way, but it was huge. And we couldn't really read it. Like we, me and my coworker were like, "Will we saw the word joy you ask?" So I think it was like kind of proposal, but it was kind of hard to read because the letters were obviously facing the other way. And by the time we got to like the end of the sentence, tried to read the whole thing, like the beginning words were blurring up. You pursuing your filmmaking passion. Well, I have been working a little bit on an animated script. I took like some time off from it, but I am trying to like get back into it. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. So I'm not currently like dedicatedly working on any film stuff right now, but I am hoping to kind of start working more on that project, like probably in like a week or so, and like forwards. Um, just because I'm starting to feel like more motivated again and like working on some of my scripts that because like I've been going in phases where like I really haven't felt like I've barely been able to like do basic things like get my groceries, shower, clean my room, that kind of thing. Like, and that's really been taking my priority and my focus. First is like bonus things, like my bonus passions, because I've been focusing on just like survival and work. No, I wouldn't be self-medicating, so it would be in the room to in Oregon. Okay, well, I'm glad you want to be self-medicating, and I've never been to Oregon, but I'm sure it's pretty. Did you finally make a Twitch? I did make a Twitch. I think it's The Life of Lauren or something, but I haven't streamed in forever. Obviously, I've barely been on my YouTube channel, so I obviously also have not been streaming, but maybe I will start doing Sims 4 Sundays again next Sunday, and we'll see what else, pops up, but I did make a Twitch. Is there any specific content you wanna focus on in the near future? Content like social media, Twitch, YouTube content, or, like, film content? I'll just wait for you to kinda answer that question, and then I talk about something else, I guess. Doo-doo-doo. YouTube or Twitch? Let's see. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of options. I don't know if I wanna focus more on trying to, like, get over, like, talk about my mental health journey a bit more, but I just don't really know what I would say because it's not like I have any big solutions. Like, the thing that's really making a difference is, like, therapy and medication, which that's not, like, new or revolutionary or anything like that. Like, it's pretty, like, basic, and I'm very grateful that I obviously have access to these things, but I don't know if that would really be interesting content. Um, so I might do, like, a revamp my room with me or something where I kind of, like, do a big cleaning spree and kind of chat about like, do, like, a kind of chat while I clean, or I got some new puzzles for my birthday, so maybe I'll do, like, a puzzle and chat video just to kind of get back into the habit of just, like, talking to the camera, talking to you guys, and, like, keeping people up to date with things, but, like, my content on Anthem I do really enjoy the Anthem, like, content. I personally watch a lot of it, so I could definitely, like, research a new company and talk about that. That's a good idea. And it's something I'm really passionate about. It's like a very not oversaturated in the sense, but like, um, Is iGenius really spreading a lot? Where are you? I don't wanna be, like, nosy, but if you don't mind saying where you are, um, because I think MLMs are oh, Germany, right. I remember now. Um, yeah, they're really, I think, dangerous, and they take advantage of people, and I wish there was, like, more that I could do about it. But, yeah, maybe I will make more content about that. Because as I already said, like, 3 seconds ago, I do watch a lot of that content, so it's definitely something I find really interesting, and, it's just there are so many really good content creators, like, in that niche already, so I'm not always sure, like, what am I really adding to the story, basically, but you never know. Um, and then let's see, back to the month. I cannot express the level mental manipulation these poor girls go through. Yeah, it's really bad. I mean, I've definitely read a lot of like horror stories from or scam story, whatever that like people call them horror stories of different people like who get sucked into the programs and or the companies. And it's just brutal because it's often preying on, like, single mothers or people who are, like, right on the poverty line, people who are just trying to make a difference for their families, and then they just get, like, totally preyed upon. And I think even content on mental health is a good one. Yeah, I mean, I have to decide what I wanna say about it, because, like, in a live stream, I can kind of just, like, chat, whatever, and it's not really, like not that I try to not that I don't think about what I say, but it's more of like a stream of conscious thought versus if I wanted to do like a dedicated like mental health video, that would be a little more like planned out and I would try to make sure also that I'm not trying not to like offend anybody or trigger anybody or make any kind of insensitive comments. The thing is here these girls are still supported by their family friends in spite of working for a pyramid scheme. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a different vibe. Um But you never know. I mean, I can't speak to the situation. I obviously haven't done, like, specific research in it, but potentially, like, there are people who are trying to get out of their current life. They're looking for a way to escape or a way to, like, add they can enrich their lives, and this is, like, what they think is their only option. You have a good soothing voice for a podcast. You know, if I could think of something I could talk about for a podcast, like a consistent thing, I would do it. But the only things that I could think of I could talk about, like forever, would be like Lord of the Rings, The Wheel of Time, or like the Warrior Cat series. And I'm just not sure I can really do a podcast on that because not that I wouldn't enjoy it, but like who would really care? I mean, maybe Lord of the Rings, but there's probably a million Lord of the Rings podcasts. And like I can talk about the Warrior Cats, but who's like, look, but then like, it'd be a bunch of spoilers. Like it'd be weird to try to, you'd have to like do it for someone who's like read the whole thing or understand it. So I don't watch movies, so maybe I could learn a thing about Lord of the Rings. Well, Lord of the Rings, I would also probably talk about like a mix of the books and the movies. Like one of my most interesting college classes that I technically didn't take, I audited it, is a Lord of the Rings class. And it was basically where we would read the books, watch the movies, and talk about the music and like motifs. And we talked about like musical like it was a music class in the sense that it was in the Boyer College of Music, like at my college. But so we like talked about it from like a musical lens, but it was just really interesting. Yeah. Well, I gotta write this down. All these different and interesting ideas. Gotta start generating some stuff. But unrelated. But I also read this book this month. Highly suspicious and unfairly cute. Here's a picture of Kai on the cat sitting on the book. So cute. And my sister and I read this together. I mean, not like together at the same time, but we both read the same book. What's your other job, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, I mean, it's on my LinkedIn. I'm not private, not like private about it. I'm a production coordinator at Madison Square Garden in the Burbank studio, not the Burbank studios, the Sphere Studios in Burbank, California. I'm in the post production department, and yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. So the venue's opening in September in Las Vegas. So get your tickets when they're on sale. Anyways, it will just be it is cool. I do really like my job. My coworkers are really interesting, really smart, and like everyone is really nice and supportive. It's definitely I'm very grateful for my job right now. Okay. We have made it to the point of my Google Photos. I mean, we haven't gone that far, but it's February 10th, and I left sunny Los Angeles. What just fell on me? Sorry. I think I'm not sure what just fell on me. Anyways, moving on. Hopefully the whole ceiling doesn't like collapse. Um, flew from LA to London. Um, yeah, so I left on the 10th, like in the evening, but I did not arrive until the 11th at noon because of the time change, obviously, and the long flight. Not Vegas. I went there once. Yeah, I've only been to Vegas once myself as well. I thought it was interesting, but a job is a job. London, UK. Yes, London, UK. Traveled across the world to see my boyfriend. Yay. And I'm not gonna like wax on like too much about the trip. I mean, I will, but I'm not gonna like go overboard on the details. But like I had been to London when I was 13 for like a week. But technically, my boyfriend doesn't live in London. He lives like a little bit, he lives like 2 hours away. So um I was mostly at like his place. But then we went to London for like 2 days. Which airlines did you fly? I flew United. Why not? Also I have like a Mileage Plus account. So it's just like kind of my go-to if I can't find something else that makes sense. Yeah, we went to Cambridge. Transatlantic love. Yeah. um, I didn't get that many pictures in Cambridge, but I got this picture of this one building. I was really annoyed that like we couldn't go in to see like any of the colleges. They were all closed to the public. I was like, okay, boo. And then we went to Framlingham Castle on Valentine's Day. And where's a good iconic photo of me looking? Oh, that's a bad picture of me. There must be a better picture of me. Yeah, so here I am on a bridge in the castle. Oh, so cute. It was really sunny that day. I know people like always talk about England being like cold and rainy, and I was wearing a jacket. I'm not going to pretend that I wasn't wearing a jacket, but it was like a brilliant day that day, and I had a lot of fun. It was like the one thing I really wanted to do when it was in England was to see a castle. So, castle it was. And then we also had like a nice dinner, but that's not that wasn't interesting for me, but it's not interesting for you guys. And then we went to London. So here's me by the underground, living my best life, obviously. And it was so funny because we like get out of the it's the tube, but I would say the subway. And we're like looking for the hotel, and we're like, oh, it's right there. Like it's literally right above the subway station. So we almost went like a whole journey to end up exactly where we started. But it was right by the Tower of London, which was awesome. So we had a really great view. Did you go to see Stephen Hawking's house? No, we did not. Is that in London? I guess it must be somewhere in the UK, but we didn't go to see that. No. I mean, we mostly did like tour, not like when we were in London, we did more like touristy stuff, I would say. Like we went to this place called Sky Garden, which was just like kind of like a restaurant on the 36th floor of a building. So we got like a nice view. And then we went obviously by the Tower of London. And then we also just like we did this like immersive experience thing, which I don't want to spoil anything about it. It was called the Gunpowder Plot, and it was really cool, very fun. It was kind of like a live VR slash thingy. And then we also saw Back to the Future, the musical that day, which was really fun. And I was not expecting a musical at all. Okay, I know who Stephen Hawking is. I just didn't see his house. Jeez. Um, how did you meet your boyfriend on the other side of the Atlantic? So he was visiting LA on like a holiday. I would say a vacation. Um, and we met on a dating app. And it was kind of funny because I think I may have spoken about this before. I'm not sure, but I will gladly say it again. So we like matched and we were talking, and he was very upfront about the fact that he like does not live in America. He was like, I want to, eventually, but right now I don't. So it's like, okay. He's like, do you still want to meet up? And I'm thinking, like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, I'm sure it'll be a fun day. He seems like a nice, interesting guy. Anyways, it was like the best date ever. And we are still together almost 4 months later. So yeah. Your stories remind me of an episode from Big Mouth. I don't know what Big Mouth is, but is that a good thing or a bad thing or something, I guess? Hopefully a good thing or interesting thing at least. Um, anyways, so we were in London for 2 days. So then we went by the Globe Theatre, evidence of the Globe. And we didn't go in or anything, but I love Shakespeare, so I was really glad that we did a little pit stop. Big Mouth is a cartoon from Netflix. Oh, okay. Well, I do have a Netflix account, but I don't watch it. Don't tell me you fell for the accent. I mean, I do love his accent, I think, but that's like just like it's like a perk, So there are definitely I like if I had to pick like one of his amazing qualities or his accent, like it was obviously because qualities over the accent, but I don't have to pick for now. Did he say, "Would you like a cup of tea, darling?" He did not. I don't think he's ever asked if I would like a cup of tea, mostly because he doesn't like tea. He likes coffee, and I don't like coffee, so it doesn't come up. Anyways, then we went to the Natural History Museum in London, which I'd never been to before, so I was pretty excited to go, and it was a really like beautiful building. Yeah, thought it was a really nice building, and we went to like a dinosaur exhibit. That was like the main thing we did. Really, I mean, not the main thing we did, but like we like waited in a separate line like in the museum to get to the exhibit. And then we just like also walked around in general because we went to like the marine mammal area. I love my whales and dolphins and stuff. And it was just really cool and nice. And then we went to Covent Garden a bit. And then somehow we went to dinner, I guess, because I'm like looking at my pictures and it's already like nighttime. We didn't go on the Eye or anything, but we did like walk by it and we went to Big Ben. And then here's like the really thrilling, crazy part. We decided to go to Buckingham Palace. We took the train into London and we were taking like a train out of London as well, but we had like a little extra time. So we went to Buckingham Palace, right? And as we're by Buckingham Palace, there's like a big crowd of people. And like, what's going on? It's like 7 or 6:30 p.m., right? So there's a big crowd of people like by one of the gates. And then all of a sudden, like the fancy cars roll out. And it was like, I mean, I didn't really see him very well, but just like his head. But I was like, oh my God, it's the king. We were freaking out. I was like, oh my God. And people were like cheering. It was wild. Anyways, that was crazy. And then we went to the train station and took the train home. And I slept on the train because I was tired. I think I picked up a slight British accent from watching way too much British TV. I moved to go to London. I have distant relatives there I never met. Yeah, I sometimes will say something on like a accent, but I don't really try to. It's more an accident or just kind of pops out because I especially have been watching Endeavor a lot recently. Yeah, London's really fun. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. And then we're already at Friday. The week's gone by real quick. Kind of to celebrate like my birthday a bit early, we went to the Warner Brothers studio tour of London, like the Harry Potter stuff, which was fascinating. And I got this stellar photo of me looking like a chess piece. Obviously, I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. And it was just like a really fun experience. Obviously, as someone who like even like beyond just being like a Harry Potter fan, because I like work in the film industry and I like went to film school and stuff, there's a lot that I just really was excited to learn about because they had a lot about props and like the visual effects, prosthetics, the set building. And obviously it's really interesting for everybody, but it's just kind of fun to see like, oh, like this is what I want to do one day. It's very exciting. And then the next day, I guess, would have been my last full day, and we didn't do, like, a ton on the last day. We went, like, a walk by the beach and just, like, hung out with, like, some of, my boyfriend's family, which was just very nice, and then sadly, I had to fly back to LA on Sunday, and I was pretty bummed about it, not gonna lie. I was like, "Dude, this sucks," but, it's okay. Long distance relationships are tough, but definitely worth it, at least for me. And then at least I was back with the cat. This is us taking a little nap together. What a cutie. Um, and then that's kinda it, I guess, for the month, even though that was then, like, the 20th. I guess February's a short month, to be fair, so it was only, like, a week later, and I just got back in the swing of things at work, honestly. Just, got some groceries because I obviously needed some food and was just, back at, living the life. And yeah, I'm not really gonna talk more about my birthday this time because that did not happen in February. That happened in March. But yeah, that's it. I'm really hoping that like this month I'm gonna actually make more content. I'm feeling so much better, so much more energetic, so much happier. And there's just like a lot of exciting things ahead, hopefully. And I mean, some things I know of that I'm excited for, and other things I hope will be exciting. So thank you so much if you tuned in live or if you're watching on the replay. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below if you like, and you can subscribe if you want to. And I will see you next time.